Not long ago, I seized an opportunity that held deep personal significance, a journey to Kyrgyzstan with a religious nonprofit organization. This journey was more than just a trip, it was a reunion with the group that helped me be adopted from an orphanage in Uzbekistan, which is a neighboring country. As a college student brimming with questions and in search of direction, I couldn't pass up on this chance. It was an opening for altruism, which is the selfless act of aiding others. I wondered, could revisiting an environment similar to my childhood shed some light on my own identity? And yet a thought intrigued me. Scientific research suggests that altruistic behavior activates the brain's reward centers akin to the pleasure we derive from eating or experiencing joy. This led me to question the purity of selflessness in our actions. Our mission in Kyrgyzstan brought us to a farm about an hour and a half from Bishkek, the capital, where we aimed to complete a living space for post-orphaned kids. This facility was also envisioned as a future Airbnb, the income from which would support these kids. Ambitious as it was, we managed to complete the project in just under 2 weeks. However, the essence of this trip extended beyond mere construction. Visiting a local orphanage brought back stark memories of my past, where distributing gifts and clothes was profoundly meaningful, though I preferred to keep those clips private out of respect. I remember some of the happiest days when I was growing up in an orphanage, or when a religious organization would bring us some food. Our group also had the opportunity to support local women and children, with our medically trained members offering invaluable aid. Later, we engaged with adults at a local mental health facility, another enriching experience. One day stands out distinctly when we prepared a large meal for local children, combining cooking with English lessons. Their limitless energy and resilience were not just inspiring, but also reminiscent of my own childhood, marked by significant challenges. My earliest memories involve my biological mother's struggle to keep my brother and me alive amidst the homelessness. I recall the kindness of strangers who offered us shelter, albeit temporary and run down. My days were spent wandering the streets, begging in a bazaar for money, and sometimes falling prey to older kids addicted to sniffing glue and spending the money they take from me on early versions of Counter-Strike, which is a computer video game, and they would go to these internet cafes. Later on, the news of my mother's passing from those kids, likely from alcohol poisoning, and my subsequent life in an abandoned Soviet building led me to confront the authorities or the cops, starting my journey through the orphanage system. Eventually, reuniting with my brother in an orphanage that became our home was a pure stroke of luck. Despite the constant hunger, wearing of the same clothes for days, and dealing with fleas and tapeworms due to bad diet and hygiene, I found happiness in camaraderie and laughter shared with other kids in similar plights. My life took a dramatic turn when a lady from the adoption agency, initially visiting for another child, expressed interest in adopting me. Unable to take on more children, she instead posted our photos on an adoption site, catching the attention of my future adoptive parents. 3 years later, in a twist of fate, my brother and I were adopted, but unfortunately not the child originally intended. This mix of fortune and guilt still lingers within me, but my gratitude is immense. These miraculous events have often made me believe in a higher power, God if you will. I will talk more about religion in later episodes. Reflecting on altruism, I ponder whether it's innate or shaped by our experiences. In this tapestry of life, where threads of altruism weave through the fabric of our being, we find a delicate dance between selflessness and self-discovery. Science whispers to us that our noblest acts are mirrored in the neural pathways of joy, suggesting that in giving, we receive an unseen gift. It is in these acts of kindness, big or small, that our character is sculpted quietly and profoundly. As we journey through the complexities of human motives, altruism stands as a beacon, guiding us to a deeper understanding of ourselves and the interconnectedness of our world.